Hello dear students, I'm Karimova, an English teacher of language training department. Starting from today, we'd like to launch some online video materials so that to bring the classroom convenience in your houses, so that you will be able to watch some videos related to to our program in the curriculum. And according to the program, this week materials will be dedicated to the litigation and arbitration. And today we will give a brief introduction what arbitration and international arbitration is. At the beginning of my talk, I'd like to introduce you with the foundation of arbitration historically, from antique times all the way to our days in China, in all 5 countries of the world, and even during the French Revolution, people have been trading with each other. They were a great trend of the trading. I mean the sales of the goods within the countries, and as a result they were like selling and buying process, and it causes some kind of chain of conflicts within the people. And after that one, people had to address to special courts. But in most cases, when there were like conflicts by means of the trade within the countries, they couldn't agree. They couldn't because their judgment did not align with the jurisdiction of the specific country, and as a result, they decided to choose the arbitration as a neutral, who was neutral and who is still impartial as well. In arbitration, the issues dealing with arbitration boomed even after 1945 World War II, Second World War, and then starting from 1980s, it became more widespread because the world entered into a new era of globalization, and as a result, arbitration appeared in almost all fields of the life. Starting, I'd like to draw your attention on the board here. In all issues which deals in the matters of the sales of the goods, construction works, hotel industry, entertainment, and healthcare sector. If we look to Uzbekistan issue as well, I would give as a sample of our turquoise building whenever it belonged to Turkish investment, and because he did not follow some kind of issues, probably tax evasion, which deals with like criminal action of the investor. I don't know about the content, about the details, whether maybe he did not pay the tax on time, or there were like some disagreement with Uzbek government. And at the moment, as I know, as I heard, I'm not a politician, I'm not a lawyer, as I heard, he took all this issue to the international arbitration, and the turquoise building is under the dispute at the moment, and they haven't offered a final resolution yet. And now I'd like to explain how international arbitration works. And as an example, I'm going to give like imaginary case, even it could be called like simulated case. Let's imagine in Uzbekistan we have KFC, hold on, let's see, KFC, already functioning already about 2 years, right? And this is a leading fast food company which has its hundreds of franchising companies, franchising filials, or like branches we can call it, almost in all leading countries of the world, and Uzbekistan has become one of them as well. So it has opened its franchising companies through our local investor. And let's say, so this is US company KFC, and this one is Uzbekistan investor, right? Let's say investor or like entrepreneur. So they sign a contract between each other, and in their contract they should input the clause of arbitration. So in case any dispute arises between these two entrepreneurs, so they have to refer or address to international arbitration, because what is legal in Uzbekistan could be illegal in the US according to the US legislation, and what is legal in the US legislation could be illegal in Uzbekistan. So let's say nowadays, as I've heard, the customers of the KFC, the number of customers is falling down because it is believed that they do not provide halal meat. But if this kind of issue raises between people, so if any kind of like dispute arises between these two companies, they can choose like impartial arbitration in any country of their preference. So they won't be following neither the jurisdiction, they won't be following neither the jurisdiction of the US and nor Uzbekistan jurisdiction. They will choose, let's say, France or Italy as a neutral arbitration court. There are three important reasons why the companies most of the time prefer international arbitration, because the main features are it is private and it is neutral, which is impartial, and this is competent. So it means the most skilled lawyers work for international arbitration, and most of the time they are required to, during the recruitment, to be fluent in several foreign languages. And I'd like to mention one of the important differences between arbitrator and mediator. Mediator is a person who helps the clients to solve the problem, to solve the legal issue probably, but it does not have binding power, legal binding power. And arbitrator is the one who has the power to offer some resolution. Even the power of international arbitration became higher, even more powerful, after the New York Convention, which was adopted in 1958. In the short videos above, we have talked about the foundation of international arbitration, historical background of it, and the years when it started booming, when it has become widespread all over the continents of the world. And then we talked in what areas of the life international arbitration is needed, and as well as I tried to explain the main differences between mediator and arbitrator as well. And after watching this video, you were suggested to do home assignment, and the details of the home assignment could be seen on the screen. I decided to written form in the form of written assignment. So you should make a search online or reflect on your internship experience. So when I ask students to do this assignment, most students hesitate because they usually think in Uzbekistan there has never ever been any cases which dealt with international arbitration. But in fact, most of you have been studying here for the 3 years. In all 3 years, you have done your summer internship programs, and you've been working for the civil court, criminal court as an intern. And then you might have heard some cases which has gone already all the way to the international arbitration. And even in my previous video as well, I talked about the Turquoise building, that it was under the dispute between Uzbekistan government and Turkish investor. You can bring such kind of examples, vivid examples, which dealt with international arbitration, and you should bring the home assignment, or you can send to the Telegram channel of your teacher. In written form, you should write the detailed information about the disputing parties, like the names of the companies, what was the main problem that led them all the way to the international arbitration, and you should indeed talk or express in written form the current status of the case. Was it the solution, the final solution has been offered, or was it still under the dispute, or the expected, even in the final stage, in the final part, you can express the expected results as well, because you are all future lawyers, and you can express your foresight, like even foreseeing what is your vision, or what is your inference, what do you expect from this international arbitration. Could be like a 1 page, probably like 250 words, word limit is. Thank you so much. We look forward to nice results.